looks like we're live. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the cage here at Landrum High School, the site of today's girls basketball matchups between Landrum and St. Joseph's Academy.
Doubleheader. Before we get into tonight's contest, a couple of announcements for your safety and enjoyment of the contest. First, in cooperation with the South Carolina High School League, PHEC, and the CDC, all spectators are required to wear a face covering and maintain social distancing during our contest this evening. We also ask that you sit on an L sticker. These stickers are placed around the gym in pots of 2, 3, or 4 in order to help us maintain social distancing. Thank you for your help. At this time, I'm going to give you the starting lineups for tonight's contest. First, the visiting JV St. Joseph Knights. First is number 5, Jordan Pierce. Number 10, Summer LaPresse. Number 14, Lola Kelly. Number 15, Taylor Scott. And number 32, Raquel Monterosa. Head coach for the Knights is Megan Miller. And now the starting lineups for your Landrum High School JV Girl Cardinals. Number 5, Kaylee Cortez. Number 11, Pearl Holloway. Number 12, Olivia Clayton. Number 20, Naomi Correa. And number 22, Jordan Higgins. And JV coach John Hansford, assisted by Joy McNeil.
Alright, great job with the introductions there. Not sure where Hambone is, but we got a new announcer, and he is doing a fine job filling in. You have to get a name on him. Until then, Kaylee Cortez back on the JV roster, spent a few weeks on the varsity side of the ball. Moved back to original team here to help out, and Landrum is able to win the tip-off. Kaylee Cortez, who has been a master when it comes to getting steals this year, able to grab that one. Shot by, looks to have been Pearl Holloway, or check that, it was Olivia Clayton, no good, but fouled in the process. So Clayton at the line, and the sophomore will have a chance to grab the first points of the game for Landrum just 5 seconds into this one. Clayton's first shot is good. And shot number 2 rolls off and then heads out of bounds. It will be St. Joseph's ball, so Landrum will stay on top by 1. And a takeaway right off the bat, and making a beeline for the goal. Oh, shot was missed, then rebounded. Second shot was missed, and then rebounded by St. Joseph. So now the Lady Knights making their way down the court. That is number 10, Summer LaPresse, the one with the initial rebound. And now from inside the arc was number 5, that was Jordan Pierce. And now 2 shots in a row off the mark. This one up for grabs. Kaylee Cortez had it for a moment, and there she goes. Trying to go coast to coast on this one. Nice hesitation and a nice layup there. Landrum up 3-0, 40 seconds into this one. An errant pass. We'll see which way they rule this one. Pearl Holloway, leapt right into the air to try to take that one away, and it looks like they are going to call this Landrum ball. I think we got a foul there against St. Joseph's. Didn't see who was the guilty party there. Holloway looking for an open avenue, going to try inside for Clayton, and that one too tall for Clayton. Taken away by St. Joseph's, and now Kaylee Cortez trying to force number 15, that's Taylor Scott, out of bounds. Couldn't quite get it done, but same effect. We got a traveling call going against one of the Knights, and just like that, it is Landrum basketball once again. Holloway going to try to check it in once more, finds Cortez this time, and Cortez making quick work of getting down the court, but now backing outside of the arc. letting everyone get into position, finds Holloway, and now Holloway catching some heat from Scott. And still looking, a rough pass out, hung into the air for a little bit. Clayton gets it. Landrum trying to get some separation on offense here, and man, that one popped out like a fumble. Cortez just lost her handle on it, and St. Joseph's able to take it away. Can they capitalize? They'll get a chance. Raquel Monterosa was fouled there. And now Monterosa going to have a shot to give the Lady Knights their first points of the game. First shot bounces off the back of the rim. And second shot, no good either. Rebounded by Pearl Holloway. And she is making her way down the sidelines. High pass, and it's going to go out of bounds. That's twice now that Holloway's just kind of thrown it up for grabs. You get the impression that, at least from what I've seen in football, early turnovers like that are usually a result from a team being, a little too worked up before the game, didn't really get all the energy out in warm-ups. And things like that tend to sort them out as the game goes on. Nice rebound there from Holloway. Been having a good game on defense. Just the turnovers on offense, the story so far. And I think they're going to call that traveling against Cortez, maybe. And this will be St. Joseph's ball on their end of the court. And this one, and another traveling call. This one going against the Lady Knights. Lola Kelly, the guilty party there, and Olivia Clayton going to check this one in for the Lady Cardinals, who gets it to Cortez, who makes some players miss, and now booking it down the court, and checks it to Holloway inside. Now Holloway escapes, trying to let everybody get set up, and Cortez goes up, drives, off the mark, rebounded by Holloway, and Holloway able to tip that one in. Landrum up by 2 possessions early in this one. And Lola Kelly was catching a lot of heat there from Clayton, and they're going to call out a foul against Clayton. So it'll still be St. Joseph's ball. They'll get another chance to bring this one out. And a long pass, this one high, but falls into the arms of one of those Knights, and St. Joseph's going to take a minute to get everybody set up. Playing pretty far away from the arc, at least for now, but this Landrum defense not giving them many avenues to get anything done. Some really tight coverage to start this game out, and a nice block, going to try to work the inside, and a nice shot there. Lead is back down to 1 possession. And now Cortez flips it over to number 24, sends it up, off the mark, and rebounded by one of the Knights. And they're trying, another takeaway by Cortez, and Cortez able to sink the 2-pointer. Right back to a 5-point lead, 3:03 to go in the first period. And St. Joseph's now making quick work of getting down the court, sends it up, brought in for a moment by Cortez. She's under some serious heat, gets it to Holloway, and now Holloway trying to box some players out. Gets enough room to make it across half court, and now Landrum going to have a chance to set something up. Instead, they go with Clayton for a long shot, no good, and now playing the rebound game. We're going to call it St. Joseph's ball. .240 to go in the first. Bridget McKinley to check this one in, gets it over to Kelly, and Kelly again was catching some serious heat from Cortez, had to get it away, and now St. Joseph's making good time on this possession. And blocked shot! Naomi Correria making her presence felt. And now Olivia Clayton driving to the rim, has to take a step back, no! And I think they're going to call that a foul against the Lady Cardinals, so it'll be St. Joseph's ball. And McKinley going to have another chance to check this one in. Had a handful of substitutions on both sides. In fact, Olivia Clayton out of frame now, being replaced on the Cardinals side of the ball. In steep contrast to last night's varsity game against Chesney, where I think both teams might have made a combined 10 substitutions through the entire game. And McKinley sends it inside. Nice step back. Got the inside shot from the paint. That was Taylor Scott again. And now Holloway going to try to check this one in. Leads back down to 3. St. Joseph's have not gotten it closer than that. And, oh, an errant pass up for grabs. And Correria, at least not going quietly. They're going to call it a jump ball, and it'll stay with St. Joseph's. But now that possession arrow will head back over to Landrum. 152 to go in the first. McKinley going to check this one into Kelly. And Kelly hightailing it at risk. Oh! Nice play by Cortez, forces the jump ball, and it's going to count as a turnover for Landrum. Holloway gets this one into Cortez. We'll see if they take a little bit more time in getting down the court. They have not given themselves a great deal of time to set up, and they seem to be slowing things down a hair on this possession, though catching some serious heat, getting it back to Cortez, kind of back to square one. Holloway was open for a moment. Instead, Cortez flips it over to 15, and now almost lost it. Back to Cortez, just trying to find something. Cortez sends it up. No. Into the arms of McKinley. And I think we got a foul after the fact, but it'll remain St. Joseph's ball. 73 seconds to go in the first. A lot of excitement on that possession, but not a lot of progress. Another substitution now for Landrum. Holloway checks out of the game, replaced by, trying to get a number here, I think it was 22, Jordan Higgins re-entering. And LaPresse hit as she threw, almost sent it out of bounds. Instead, St. Joseph's able to bring it back in, trying to cut the lead down to one possession. Instead, I think they're going to force a jump ball, and St. Joseph's will hang on to it. Oh, straight inside for Taylor Scott. Can't sink the first one, but does get the second one. And we've got a 1-point game now. Cortez gets it to Higgins. Higgins lost it for a second and now coughs it up. Right back into the hands of the Knights, and up for grabs again. Jump ball, so it's going to Landrum. .4 seconds to go in the first. Landrum looking to retake a larger lead before the buzzer. And a risky pass over to Cortez, and now going all the way down the court. Correria was open underneath the rim, and she's got it. 9-6, and I think we've got a whistle. I think a substitution. Didn't quite see what that was about. And yeah, St. Joseph's just didn't have their players ready. So Summer LaPresse exits the game. She's replaced by Winnebeth Barrister. And now 30 seconds to go. Kelly trying to find an opening, getting it outside, and taken away by Correria. She gets it to Cortez, and now the Cardinals making their way back down the court, trying to get one last shot in before the buzzer. Higgins' three-point attempt, no good. Brought back in by St. Joseph's. 10 seconds on the clock. Got time. Taylor has an open lane, but it closes, and she gets fouled. Cortez a little too aggressive on the defensive side there. Ran into Kelly as she was trying to shoot that one. And now 2 shots coming up to close out the first period. Lola Kelly at the line, first shot, no good. It'll be a one-possession game regardless of what happens here. The difference will be between 2 and 3. Second shot is up, no, and St. Joseph's falls to 0-4 on free throws today. 5 seconds to go in the first period. I imagine they'll kind of play, oh, no, Landrum already moving fast, and got a whistle. Haven't seen that signal before. And it'll go back to Landrum. No time comes off the clock. They're going to have and at least a fumble forced there in effect by Barrister. And now 2.7 seconds do come off the clock, so Landrum's just going to have to sling this one up if they want some points before the buzzer. Not a lot of time to get much of anything done. Cortez still hightailing it down the court, finds Higgins, but not in time. And that will bring an end to a contested first period. 9-6 in favor of Landrum. The Lady Cardinals up by 3 when we come back for the start of the second period. All right, and we are back. Gonna head to the other side of the court. Landrum looks to be checking it, or check that. St. Joseph's gonna be starting this period out with the ball. Bridget McKinley gonna try to get this one into number 12, that is Winnebeth Barrister. And taken right away, Pearl Holloway with another outstanding defensive play, and now sending that one up was Olivia Clayton, off the mark, but rebounded by Carrera, who lost her handle on it and still loose. And they're going to call out a jump ball again. And this one's going to go in favor of Landrum. We've had a ton of those so far. And now a few more substitutions for St. Joseph's. They've been making a habit out of that early. Barrister out. Try and get a number on who came in. And a bad pass from Holloway bounces off the foot of one of those Knight defenders. There's a foul afterward, and it's going to stay with St. Joseph's. So they appear to be moving this to the other side of the court. And we got oh man, I didn't realize that. So make that 7 fouls for Landrum. St. Joseph's already in the bonus. The Knights have only fouled the Cardinals twice. And that first shot is good. Make it a 2-point game. Jordan Pierce with the first successful free throw for the Lady Knights. Looking to make this a 1-point game. 5:41 to go in the second period. Pierce sends it up, no, rebounded by Holloway, and Holloway under some duress finds Cortez, and now Cortez has an open lane, takes a step back, weighs her options, looking for a way out, gets it back to Holloway, and now Holloway trying to drive inside, got a foul. Who's this one going against? They call it, I think, against Summer LaPresse for the Knights, so it'll stay with Landrum. Olivia Clayton going to check this one in. A nice setup. Holloway for 3 and overshoots it. Clayton was there for the rebound, but great play by Raquel Monterosa, able to knock that one back out of bounds. It will remain Cardinal ball. Landrum trying to go back up by 2 possessions here. They've led by as much as 5, and that is not going to help. And now it's going to be St. Joseph's ball. I think the biggest lead was 5 for the Cardinals. As far as my knowledge goes, St. Joseph's has actually not had the lead in this game, but they'll have a chance to do it here. 3-pointer puts them out in front, 10-9. And LaPresse gets it over to Pierce. Oh, and it's taken away by Kaylee Cortez. Yet another steal, and she sends this one up. Got it. Just like that. Landrum back on top by 2 possessions. And now LaPresse facing some more heat from Cortez. Had that one knocked away, but able to get back on top of it. And now trying to work inside. Sending it up off the mark and brought in by Carrera. Can Landrum get it out? Not quite. Summer LaPresse able to take that one away. And now St. Joseph's trying to find a way to set something up. LaPresse for 3, off the mark, rebounded by Monterosa, and she puts it in. 11-9 now. And Kelly Farias-Rodriguez gets it to Olivia Clayton, finds Holloway underneath the rim, gets it to Cortez. Cortez sends it up, got it. Both teams trading scores now, starting to find a little bit of rhythm on offense. And now LaPresse gets it over to McKinley, sending it inside. Monterosa off the mark, and I think we got a foul called against Monterosa. Yep, 32, so this one will stay with the Lady Cardinals again. Landrum has already put St. Joseph's into the bonus. They fouled them 7 times already. That is the 4th foul going against the Knights. 4 minutes flat remaining in the first half. Holloway hightailing it down the court. Might have a lane. Instead, flips it to Correa. Wasn't quite ready for the pass, but I think she's going to have a chance at it. No, they take the points off the board. They call it traveling against Carrera. And now St. Joseph's with time to set something up for the first time in a while. And just a long shot from Pierce. No, brought in by Cortez. Oh, and Olivia Clayton got no one to beat. Monterosa coming in from behind, and that pressure might have been enough, but instead Holloway able to rebound the missed shot, and I think she got fouled in the process. 15-9 with a chance to get it out to a 3-possession lead. And St. Joseph's making one more substitution. McKinley out of the game for the time being. 3:33 to go in the second. Holloway's shot is good, so make it a 7-point lead, the largest of the game for Landrum. Kelly checks it into LaPresse. It looked like St. Joseph's had something rolling on offense. Can they get it back in one play? Not quite, but LaPresse might have been fouled. And indeed she was. They call that one against Olivia Clayton. So the Lady Knights going to have a chance to hit double digits with these shots. Can they pull it off? Jordan Higgins getting ready to sub in for the Cardinals. Looks like she'll be taking the place of Olivia Clayton. First shot for LaPresse is no good. 3:25 on the clock. And second shot comes up short. And it was a 3-point foul. Got one more attempt. And Higgins officially in the game now. Clayton catching a water break. Set third shot, no. LaPresse goes 0 for 3 at the line on that possession, but now facing some heat. And it's going to be a foul called against LaPresse. Carrera just did not get quite enough space on that possession. It is still Landrum ball. 4 seconds come off the clock. Holloway going to try to find some separation here. Gets it to Higgins, who gets it back to Holloway, who lost the ball. Up for grabs, and Holloway able to bring it back in. Boxes out a defender, and now Landrum making their way down the court. Higgins going for 3, sends it up. Yes! Jordan Higgins with an excellent shot right off the bench. 3 minutes flat in this one. Landrum now up by 4 possessions. And jump ball forced by the Cardinals, and it's going back. Going back to St. Joseph's. Raquel Monterosa back in the game in relief of number 25, Fiona Novak. I never even saw her check in. That is how quickly that St. Joseph's has been subbing these players in and out. And trying to set up Monterosa inside, couldn't sink it. Oh, and a bad pass, sent it right to Cortez. Absolutely nobody there. Practicing some social distancing on that play. And I think we got a timeout called by St. Joseph's. Got to regroup defensively. It was a great play by Cortez, but nobody home to try and stop her once she had the ball. 2:44 to go in the second. Landrum pouring it on at the tail end of period number 2. Back in a moment.
Wearing a mask and sitting with your group on that hill and we have 5, 2, 3, and 4 throughout the facility. Thank you for doing your part.
And St. Joseph's at the ready on the far end of the court. Lola Kelly gets this one into Taylor Scott, or check that, that is Barrister again. Gets it back to Scott, now back to Barrister. And here we go. Nice zone coverage from Landrum so far, trying to work the inside. No, almost sent out of bounds. Nice play by Monterosa to keep it in. And trying to work from the inside again. Now moving out. Long shot from Barrister, off the mark but rebounded and then blocked, but back into the hands of one of the Knights. Landrum just can't get the ball on this possession. And are they going to try to force a jumper? Yes, they are, and Landrum's going to get it. So a heads-up play there by the Lady Cardinals, able to effectively notch a takeaway there. The possession arrow will head back over to St. Joseph's side. 2:09 on the clock. We'll see if that affects anything moving forward, or at least for the rest of the second period. Until then, Cortez gets it over to Holloway, and now Holloway catching some heat from Kelly, driving inside, wants to do it herself, but bails out. Tries to take a step back, gets it over to Higgins, and now Higgins driving, finds Farias Rodriguez all alone, trying to go inside. Holloway sends it up, no. Brought back in, and Holloway on her second attempt can't get it there either. Higgins has it now, taking a step back, finds Cortez, and Cortez for the long two, got it. 23-9. Landrum up by 14, and in a heartbeat too. They were up by 3 just 4.5 minutes ago. And long shot, no good. And Kaylee Cortez, man, she has just got the speed advantage. Absolutely flying up and down the court. And long three, it's going to hop right out of bounds. LaPresse just didn't get enough heat on that shot. And now yet another substitution. I get the feeling at this point that St. Joseph's is just trying to find an alignment that works for them. They've been experimenting with a lot of different personnel groupings, it seems. It looked like they might have had something going late in the first period, but Landrum was able to sniff it out pretty well. Cortez catches a nice block, sends it inside to Holloway. Now Holloway gets it back to Cortez. Nice move, drives inside but wants out, finds Holloway who thought about shooting, instead drives, tries to split some defenders, lucky to hang on to the ball, finds Higgins. Landrum looking for an opening, Higgins just sends this one up, oh, and she made it! Looked like just a Hail Mary shot, but it bounces in. Nice use of the backboard there. Under 30 seconds to go in the second. This one has flown by. Higgins tried to notch a steal, couldn't quite get it. And now Pierce almost had that one taken away, still catching some heat, and sends this one up off the backboard and into the arms of Holloway. Holloway, facing some heat of her own, ran right into LaPresse, and I don't know they're going to call that a foul against anybody. Oh, no, looks like Landrum called a timeout beforehand to prevent the turnover, so it will remain Cardinal ball, though, with only 4.1 seconds left in the half. Not quite sure if it's going to impact anything too much. And Coach DeYoung clearly has the whiteboard out for Landrum over on their side of the bench. Gonna try one last play to notch probably a three-pointer before the half. With 4.1 seconds, they have got time for the slightest of mistakes. Other than that, they have to be absolutely perfect, and that is not gonna help. Batted away by Raquel Monterosa. Had a good half on the defensive side of the ball for St. Joseph's, and now looks like the plan's gone out the window. Carreria and Now Ferris Rodriguez just slings it up. Could not get enough heat on that one, and it'll bring an end to a thrilling first half, at least if you're a Cardinal fan. Tough sledding for the Knights early in that one. They were down by 3 going into the locker room after the first period, now down by 18. 27-9 when we come back. We will see you on the other side of halftime. Landrum up big, headed into the locker room. We'll see you soon. All right, and we're back, ready for the start of period number 3. We've swapped sides of the court. St. Joseph's going to check it in on the left-hand end. And looking to find some offensive rhythm. It was tough to come by for them in that first half. It looked like they might have had something going at the very tail end of the first period, but Landrum was able to make some really nice adjustments at the break. Came out guns blazing at the start of period number 2 and did not let off the gas. Held St. Joseph's to 3 points and scored 21 in a single period, 27-9. That's how we got here. And looks like we got back-to-back turnovers, or nope. St. Joseph's was the one that knocked that one out of bounds. So Landrum will hang on to it. And the Lady Cardinals trying to notch the first points of the second half. Cortez drives inside, flips it back out to Farias Rodriguez, and Holloway trying to box Raquel Monterosa out and makes her miss, drives inside and might have waited a little too long to shoot there, ran right into one of those defenders. And they're going to call that one against St. Joseph's. That'll be the first foul of the half, and already a substitution for the Lady Knights. That was something of a theme they had going early in this one. Karia Reinholtz in the game now. And a dicey pass, but it's brought in by Carrera. And now Higgins trying to get it back to Cortez. Separation, much harder to come by so far, but Cortez catches a nice block from Higgins going inside. Holloway gets fouled. And 2 shots coming up for Pearl Holloway. Looking to notch the first points of the half for either side. 5:05 to go in the third period. It took Landrum 5 seconds to score to start out period number 1. Gone 55 seconds without any points to start period number 3. And first shot is no good, so continue the scoreless streak. And Holloway's second shot just rolls out. It's brought back in by Jordan Pierce, and now this is Kelly really hightailing it down the court, puts it up, and St. Joseph's cracks double digits for the first time in this game with the help of Lola Kelly. And oh, Cortez airmailed it right out of bounds. It's going to be St. Joseph's ball. Kelly going to have a chance to check this one in. She's going to get it to Summer LaPresse. Had a rough and tumble first half shooting the ball, but St. Joseph's has established a little bit of momentum early. And now LaPresse for the long 3. A little too much heat on that one, brought in by Cortez. She gets it over to Olivia Clayton and bounces off her foot, or check that, that's Higgins. And now Higgins gets called for traveling. So in the first half, the story regarded the turnovers forced by Landrum. Now St. Joseph's on the receiving end of a lot of those. We'll see if they can capitalize. Going for a long 3 is Kelly, and she's got it! Wow, Lola Kelly with an impressive start to the third period. Landrum on the ropes. And Farias Rodriguez gets it over to Cortez, passing it around, and Pearl Holloway able to put it into that 5-0 streak St. Joseph's built up. 29-14 your new score. Landrum still on top by 5 possessions. Whoa, a long 3, and somehow too much on that one for LaPresse. Jump ball forced by Landrum, and it's going to go to the Cardinals. Smart play there. I believe it was Correa forcing the whistle on that one. 3:52 to go in the third, and St. Joseph's making one last substitution. Monterosa back in the game. Karia Reinholtz out. We'll check that, that's Kyra Reinholtz. And Cortez looking. Finds Holloway, almost lost it, and they didn't call traveling initially. I think they could have. Instead, it's going to be a jump ball. It goes to St. Joseph's anyway, so yet effectively another turnover forced by the Knights. The script has been almost completely flipped in the locker room. Some great adjustments made at the half. And now, almost able to set up Kelly for 3. Pass a little too far to the inside, and it's going to go to Landrum. The Lady Cardinals looking to extend their lead back out to 6 possessions. Just like that, Monterosa out of the game. Replaced by, I believe, McKinley entering for the first time in this period. Bridget McKinley, number 30, on the court. And Scott putting some heat on Cortez, but leaves Correria all alone. But enough defensive pressure. I think Taylor Scott was able to get a hand on that pass. It falls out of bounds. It will remain with the Cardinals, though. 3:18 on the clock. And Correria checks it into Cortez, goes right for the shot, can't bring it in, and oh, a takeaway! Kaylee Cortez jumped right in the passing lane, sends it up, no, and now St. Joseph's has it. And a long pass, anyone's ball. Lola Kelly brings it in, sends it up, and Lola Kelly on fire right now. Kaylee Cortez looking to get some momentum back. Risky pass inside to Correria. Correria cannot sink it, and Clayton was the last one to touch it. It's going to be St. Joe's ball. Lola Kelly going to check this one in. Look for Summer LaPresse to throw it right back to her as they start heading down the court. Kelly with the hot hand for St. Joseph so far. There she is. Long shot. This one no good. Rebounded by Pearl Holloway. And now Holloway going to hightail it down the sideline. And oh, lost it. And it's going to go back to St. Joseph's. Just bounced off her knee on that one. And I mean, I am blown away by the effectiveness of the adjustments that St. Joseph's was able to make at halftime. I mean, it's almost looked like these teams swapped jerseys coming out of the locker room. I mean, the script has been completely flipped. St. Joseph's on the attack now, scoring in bundles, forcing turnovers. Landrum on the defensive, just trying to make sure that the Knights don't come too close to their lead. And first foul shot was a line drive and off the mark. Can't quite get a number on this one. I believe it's Kyra Reinholtz. First shot no good, second shot no good. But we got whistles afterward. And it's going to be Landrum ball anyway. So the Lady Cardinals still on top by 13. It's a 5-possession game. But in spite of the lead that Landrum built in that second period, it really doesn't feel like St. Joseph's is down by that much. They have done an excellent job of clawing their way back into this one, and though they still have a long way to go, they've certainly built a nice foundation. And is that Lola Kelly again? And yep, it is. Lost her handle on it, then she and Clayton ran into each other. They're going to call that a foul against Kelly, and it'll go to the Lady Cardinals. 1:54 to go in the third. Exciting game so far. Holloway checks it into Cortez. And I tell you what, Kaylee Cortez had an excellent first half, specifically an excellent second period, and she has been absolutely shut down in this one. And now a long shot from Olivia Clayton off the mark, and Clayton forces the jump ball. Nope, they're going to call out a foul against Clayton. Maybe a little too aggressive there. So it's going to stay with the Knights. More substitutions now. Trying to get a number on the player that went out. Looks like Jordan Pierce exits the game. Didn't get a number on who came back in. I think it was Taylor Scott. Again, St. Joseph's has been subbing players in and out left and right. Almost every time the whistle is blown, they've brought somebody new in. Oh, what a nice takeaway from Cortez. Could this be the spark Landrum needed? Not quite. Felt the footsteps from behind and put that one up too high, but the turnover, I imagine, has to have this offense a little bit rattled. And a long shot, a little too far to the right from Kelly. And now the St. Joseph's offense starting to cool off with 1:03 left to go in the third period. They did a nice job of coming back into this game, but can they complete the job? Cortez going for a long two. This one off the mark, but rebounded by Holloway, and then Holloway got fouled. So Pearl Holloway going to head to the line, and she'll have a chance to get Landrum over 30. A foul called against Kyra Reinholtz. 29-16. It has been deadlocked at that score for quite a while. First shot for Holloway is good. Landrum hits 30. Make it a 14-point game. Kelly Farias Rodriguez and Jordan Higgins back on the court for the Lady Cardinals. And Holloway's second shot is good. 31-16. Landrum back on top by 15. They've almost doubled the Lady Knights. Less than a minute to go in the third period. Summer LaPresse going to try to knock some more points. Looked like they were trying to set up Kelly. Instead, go back to LaPresse for a long two. Falls right into the hands of Naomi Correria. And now Cortez had to navigate some serious traffic, able to get it back to Holloway. And Landrum going to take a few steps back, setting it up. And oh, what a shot! Jordan Higgins with another beautiful three-pointer. And Landrum now has doubled St. Joseph's, 34-16. It's an 18-point lead and another turnover forced. Kaylee Cortez almost outrunning the camera, puts it in, and Landrum just like that, up by 20. And that's going to bring an end to the third period. Just a buzzer beater attempt, and that was pretty close. So a solid third period performance for St. Joseph's comes crumbling down within the last minute. Landrum with some excellent defensive plays, forcing some nice turnovers and some great offense to go along with it. Your new score, 36-16. St. Joseph's with some serious work to do heading into the fourth period. Can they find some of that momentum they had early in the third? We will see back in a few moments for the start of the final 6 minutes. Or maybe not. St. Joseph's already heading back out onto the court. Looks like they're ready to roll. And the Cardinals making a few more adjustments or words of encouragement over on their bench. Everyone making their way back out onto the court now. And the first set of substitutions we've seen in a while now for the Lady Cardinals got Olivia Smith and Jenna Holzheimer in the game now. And they check it into Holzheimer, number 15. And she flips it over to Cortez. Cortez trying to shake Lola Kelly, can't quite get the separation she needs. Now looks to outsource it to someone else, finds Correria, and now goes back to Cortez. Cortez finds Holzheimer, trying to take a step back, and gets it over to Correria. Risky pass, and yeah, Reinholtz tried to force the issue, wanted to grab the jump ball, instead fouls Correria. And Landrum going to check this one in from half court. Cortez looking to turn on the Jets and now takes a step back. They've got Holloway on the inside, and she really had to hesitate on that one, and they call her for traveling, actually. I thought you really could have gone either way on that one, but you did have to duck down to dodge some of those defenders. There were 3 players all converging inside the paint. It was going to be a tough shot no matter what. Holloway unable to connect on that one. And now LaPresse taking this one down the court for the Lady Knights. Oh, going right for the shot and cannot connect. Kaylee Cortez with the rebound. And now hightailing it down the court, showing off some of the speed she's used to give Landrum this big lead. And a shot from Correria, not ill-advised, but quick. Didn't have time to set her feet. And now Holzheimer with a quick shot of her own. Can't connect on that one either. And I think we got a foul against Landrum now. And Holzheimer called for the violation there. It will be St. Joseph's ball. Not sure if the bonus is going to play too big of a role late in this one. St. Joe's has fouled Landrum 5 times. Landrum has fouled them 3 times. And Lola Kelly with a long three-pointer, and again somehow overshot that one. She was way back. And now Kaylee Cortez with a long 2. Oh, and it rolls out. Tough break there for the Lady Cardinals, and it hops out of bounds, so it'll be St. Joseph's ball. 4:41 on the clock in the fourth. Landrum well in control of things here. Just got to find a way to close this one out. But St. Joseph's not going away. They find Holzheimer, and Holzheimer gets it to Cortez, who drives inside and sinks it. Landrum back on the board, up by 22, their biggest lead of the game. Substitutions seem to have slowed down a little bit for St. Joseph's. And that shot up off the mark, and Taylor Scott did what she could to keep it from going out of bounds, but couldn't bring it back in. So Pearl Holloway will check it in for the Lady Cardinals. And now Kaylee Cortez exiting the game, getting a well-deserved rest. She has had quite an evening so far. Olivia Clayton taking her place now. And Holloway wants to do it herself, but now has to take a step back. They're going to call it a jump ball, and it's going back to St. Joseph's. And speaking of the devil, more substitutions for the Lady Knights now. Number 25, Fiona Novak, and number 12, Winnebeth Barrister back in the game for the Lady Knights. And I think Scott thought about going for three there, or check that. That is Jordan Pierce, who's got the ball again, now just slings it up there, off the mark, and rebounded by Olivia Clayton, who's under some heat, but gets it to Holloway. And now Holloway facing some pressure, tries to split some defenders. Are they going to call out a foul or traveling? And it's going to be a push against St. Joseph's, so Landrum ball. 3:49 to go in the game. And again, Landrum well in control of this one, up by 8 possessions, but you got to admire the tenacity of this St. Joseph's defense. They are not going away, playing this game like it is 0-0. Always love it when a team doesn't want to quit. Love to see those kids giving it everything they got. And Clayton turning on the Jets, but now turns them back off. Drives inside, steps back out, looking to shake her defender. Novak not giving it. It's all in, and she lost the ball. Went right between her legs. Up for grabs, and Holloway is going to bring it back in. Man, I tell you what, despite the points that Landrum has been able to put up, they have not gotten an inch of separation for most of this game, and that's going to be a foul against Holloway. Ran right in to Barrister. I don't really think it's anybody's fault, but that one is going to go against the Lady Cardinals. Barrister going to check this one in, but as I was saying earlier, I mean, Landrum has not gotten any separation, it seems, on defense, particularly in this fourth period. They have had just a really hard time getting players open. Most of their points have come from inside, and it's not to say that it hasn't worked. It's just to say that, given the score, I would say that St. Joseph's defense has played deceptively well for most of this game. It's just been those little slip-ups, those momentary lapses that have allowed Landrum to put up some points in bundles, and that has been the difference so far. Landrum has been able to capitalize on those opportunities. St. Joseph's has not, and with 2:52 to go, and Landrum up by 22 points. With Pearl Holloway at the line, the writing seems to be on the wall for the Lady Knights. And the Lady Cardinals, at least on the JV side of things, looking to move to 10-3 on the season with a win here. A promising future, no doubt, for the Lady Cardinals basketball team. Holloway's first shot is good, make it 39-16. Trying to hit 40, and not quite yet. Rebounded by Novak. And Raquel Monterosa gets it down the court, and we got whistles. Not sure who this is against. And they call that one against Holzheimer. It'll remain St. Joseph's ball. Bridget McKinley going to try to check this one in. And she finds Novak, and Novak threw off her back foot, and nothing happening there. Got the first rebound, not able to get the second, and then Monterosa forces Clayton out of bounds. And, yep, they're going to call out a foul, so Olivia Clayton headed to the line here. That is the 8th foul against Landrum in this half. So the Lady Cardinals in the bonus now. Monterosa checking out of the game, replaced by number 15, Taylor Scott. 2:38 on the clock. Shot is up, no, rebounded by Pearl Holloway, who's under a lot of heat. Rebounds her own shot, sends it up, and no whistles blow here, like the call letting them play, and Holloway was under some serious heat there. And Landrum had to call a timeout to prevent the turnover. That has been Not entirely sure how many more JV games are on the schedule for the Lady Cardinals, but that could be something to look into. When Holloway has gotten inside the paint, she has had a ton of difficulty getting back out. Not sure if that's going to be something teams can capitalize on at the very tail end of this season. Don't go anywhere. After this, we got a varsity matchup between St. Joseph's and Landrum. The girls team was actually on the bleachers just at the very bottom of the frame for the most of this game. They're in the locker room now. They'll be out for warm-ups in a few moments following the conclusion of this contest. And Jordan Higgins back in the game, lost her handle on the ball, and then Landrum able to take it back away. Not before a double dribble called against Holloway. And man, I tell you, for better and for worse, we have called Pearl Holloway's name a lot. She has had a very busy evening. She and Cortez both, it seems, have been just flying up and down the court all game long. And now we got a foul called against the Lady Cardinals, so that shot was good. I think they're going to give them the, I would think they'd give them a, yeah, so they're going to have a chance of a three-point play here. The points are good, and now McKinley at the line to try and make this a three-point play. And Kaylee Cortez actually looks like she checked back into the game for a moment, or was planning on coming in. Landrum trying to get the substitution situation figured out, and now she is officially on the court. Here to close out the game in the final 2:08. Shot no good, and rebounded by Holloway. Holloway gets it to Cortez. And Cortez takes a step back, gonna get it over to Higgins, who is all alone. Oh, and just off the mark, a little to the left. Had the distance, just not the accuracy. But Higgins has been phenomenal from behind the line so far. That only drops her to 2 and 3, had two excellent three-point shots earlier in this game. And again, that one very close. And another takeaway forced by this Cardinal defense. Holloway and Cortez have had a metric ton of them so far. And now Cortez looking to get rid of this one, goes inside to Holloway. Holloway drives, and now Pearl Holloway is going to have a chance at a three-point play. Landrum able to hit 40 on that one. Holloway headed to the line. And a successful attempt here would make this, oh man, I think a 26-point game. Landrum has well more than doubled St. Joseph's at this point. And that shot no good, but rebounded by Emo Corriere for a moment and then taken away by the Knights, only to be knocked loose. And now St. Joseph's has it in much firmer grasp, only to have Lola Kelly fouled as she shoots. So two shots coming up for the Knights to close this one out. 78 seconds on the clock. Again, this one all but over with, but you got to admire the effort that the Lady Knights have put into this one. They have not gone away. They're giving it just as much effort now as they were when this game started up. Whoa, and that one came out of Kelly's hand in an odd manner, went almost straight up, and falls well short of the goal. Pearl Holloway subbing out, getting a much-deserved rest. She's replaced by Kelly Farias Rodriguez. Whoa, and another odd shot from Kelly. And had whistles on that one anyway. I think someone might have stepped in the paint too early, so it wouldn't have mattered if she'd made that one. Landrum's got the ball. Farias Rodriguez checks it into Cortez. And now with 75 seconds on the clock, you got to wonder if Landrum's going to try to run this thing out or go for more points. And it looks like they're choosing the latter. Higgins driving inside, sends it up. And no foul called, and now we've got whistles. Jump ball, since going to Landrum. And Higgins, oh, nice setup to Cortez, but she overshoots it and brought back in by McKinley, hightailing it down the court, but catching some heat from Smith and Cortez, and it ends up being too much heat. Smith couldn't back off in time, and now Bridget McKinley headed to the line, trying to get St. Joseph's up to 20 before they have to head on to the bus. 54.9 seconds on the clock. Both varsity teams at least in the building now. St. Joseph's starting to filter in on the top of the screen. First shot is good. And second shot is good as well. St. Joseph's has hit 20. It is a 21-point lead for the Lady Cardinals. Again, depends on how patient the Cardinals want to get here, but that could be your final score. Though, again, I didn't go to Landrum myself. I went to Chapman. I'm not too well versed in the rivalries for either school, but given the sheer quantity of games that Landrum has had against St. Joseph's this season, I have gathered that there's at least something of a rivalry between these two schools, and likewise, it makes sense that Landrum wouldn't try to run out the clock, and maybe starting to bite him here a little bit. Hindsight's always 20/20, but St. Joseph's able to put on some points here late. 41-22, your new score, 15 seconds on the clock, and Landrum still not looking to slow things down. Cortez flips it outside to Farias Rodriguez, and now that clock continues to roll. Cortez drives inside, sends it up, no! Rebounded by Fiona Novak, and that's gonna do it. Landrum wins this one in dominating fashion. 41-22, the final score in game number 1 of the evening. And the Landrum girls JV team able to move to 10-3 on the season. The future of Landrum basketball looking bright, especially when you take into account that Olivia Clayton is actually the only sophomore on this JV roster. There are 9 freshmen listed on this one. So you take into account the production that Landrum has gotten out of their JV squad already. Give them another year of development before the majority of them hit the varsity roster. It's going to be interesting to see how this team is able to fare in the coming years. But until then, let's focus on the present. We got the varsity girls squad hitting the court in just a few moments. St. Joseph's already out. And I think we'll leave the microphone on in case they do introductions again. They've only got 6 minutes on the clock. I would imagine they give them a few more minutes before tip-off. 7:03 here in the building. I don't know, they might start this one at 7:10. Who knows? Until then, varsity basketball coming your way. Landrum taking on St. Joseph's in just a few moments. Don't go anywhere.
Helmer. Number 14, Emily Mead. Number 21, Elena Mulholland. And number 30, Eva Catherine Elder. Led by head coach Natalie Satterfield. And now, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together and welcome the starting lineup for your Lady Cardinals. The junior number 2, Kara Knight. The senior number 4, Melanie Hines. The junior number 11, Bray Upton. The senior number 23, Molly Ellinger. And the freshman number 35, Savannah Brown. The Cardinals are led by head coach Jared St. Charles, assisted by Tammy Compton, Josh Hemsworth, and Joy McNeil.
All right, so we are set and ready for tip-off here in the cage between the St. Joseph's Lady Knights and the Landrum Lady Cardinals. Looks like we've got Ava Catherine Elder for St. Joseph's going up against the freshman Savannah Brown on the tip-off, and Savannah Brown gets the better of it, only for Melanie Hines to lose her handle on the ball. Elder able to take it in, and St. Joseph's is going to start this game out with the first true possession. The Lady Knights certainly have the height advantage going into this one. Ava Catherine Elder and Emily Mead, number 14, towering above most of the rosters for either side. But Landrum has proven that size does not matter. They've played with a lot of ferocity and, more importantly, a lot of speed so far this season, though. And Kara Knight has been, or I should say, has made a habit out of kind of taking her time when she delivers the ball down the court. Everybody else likes to go fast. And Landrum trying to find something they like. I think they're mainly sniffing out some matchups at this point. Molly Ellinger for a long three! And what a way to start off the game! The senior, Molly Ellinger, able to sink one from way downtown, and Landrum takes a 3-0 lead. And taken away by Varay Upton. Flips it over to Hines, and now going back inside to Upton, and Varay Upton got fouled. So just like that, Landrum is going to have a chance to take a 5-0 lead just over a minute into this one. 1:08 has come off the clock, 6:52 remaining in the first. Upton trying to put the Cardinals up 5-0 with 2 successful shots here. And that first shot had a little too much on it. Shot number 2 rolls off as well. Bullet dodged by St. Joseph's. But Molly Ellinger open again, and too much on that one. Brought back in by the Lady Knights. That's number 13, Tiffany Helmer, hightailing it down the court. Everybody making great time. And now Helmer tries for a 3 of her own, but can't connect. Rebounded by Savannah Brown, who gets it to Melanie Hines, who loses the ball. It's up for grabs. Hines has it, but they're going to call it a jump ball, and it'll go back to St. Joseph's. Tough break there for the Lady Cardinals. Jamison White checks it in to Emily Mead, only to get it back to White. And now back to Mead again. Catches a block from number 21. That's Elena Mulholland. And going for the bank for a long 3 is Tiffany Helmer, knotting this one up. And Landrum trying to make quick work of getting down the court, but St. Joseph's playing some seriously aggressive defense. Landrum trying to find an opening, may have one. Instead, Hines going to drive inside, sends it up, and she's got it. And both seniors for this team able to notch points in the early going. Just over 2 minutes into this one, both teams firing on all cylinders already. And White kind of circling around everybody, trying to let all of her teammates get in position. And now Helmer motioning everybody around, gets it back to White. I think White wanted to go for Meade over on the side. Instead, they're going to get it back to Helmer. And St. Joseph's maybe recognizing the tempo that Landrum set up and really starting to slow things down. The Landrum's defense holding strong, forcing a long 2 attempt, that one off the mark, up for grabs, and they're going to give it to Landrum. Ray Upton put just enough pressure on, yep, that was Elena Mulholland trying to reel that one in. Couldn't shake Upton, and Landrum able to bring this one in. And now Molly Ellinger hightailing it, gets it over to Mulaney Hines, who gets it to Upton, who gets it back to, wait, no, she got it to Knight. Excuse me, now Hines has it, back to Knight. Back to Hines. And Hines tried to drive inside and lost it. Helmer had it for a second and then fell over. I think they're going to call out a foul against Landrum because it bounced out, and then Hines had a shot at it, but the whistle was blown before that happened. And indeed, it will be St. Joseph's ball. White checks it in to Meade, who checks it back to White. Right back to square one. I think Meade thought about shooting that one instead. They're going to pass it around a little bit more, trying to set up Helmer on the edge. Going inside, oh, and a risky pass, but that's going to be a foul against Landrum. Hines pressing a little too hard to get that steal. Landrum up 5-3, and Carter Newton entering the game now for the Lady Cardinals. And a high pass inside. St. Joseph's gets away with it for a moment, and then Ray Upton able to notch the takeaway, flips it over to Ellinger, who barely stays in bounds, and Carter Newton gets fouled. Man, well, there's certainly no love lost between these two teams, that's for sure. Man, they are going at it. And had to take a break. Upton needed to tie her shoe. And Newton slings this one over to Knight, who gets it to Ellinger. Going inside to Savannah Brown, outside, and risky pass intended for Newton, hops out of bounds. It was batted out by Jamison White for the Knights, so it'll stay with Landrum. Trying to set up Ellinger, well defended by St. Joseph's. And now they're going to get it to Knight, and she's going to try to work that inside. Gets it to Newton, back out to Ellinger. Pass was partially tipped. And Landrum just trying to find something. This defense not giving an inch, and another takeaway forced by the Lady Knights. White trying to drive inside, wants to do it herself, puts it up, no, rebounded by Newton. And Knight flips it over to Ellinger. Gets to Newton, then back to Ellinger, back to Knight. Were they trying to set up Upton? I don't think so. It was definitely well defended if they were. And now Newton, I don't know how that wasn't a foul. Instead, they're going to call it a jump ball, and Landrum will hang on anyway. And now it looks like everybody trying to sort something out. Maybe looks like we might have had an equipment violation on Newton's end. Had to give something to the SRO there. Not sure what it was. And a couple of missed shots for Landrum. They do still have the ball. And that shot is up, no good, but rebounded by Savannah Brown. And rebounds her own shot, sends it up, and if you're forced you don't succeed, try again. Landrum finally able to notch some more points, and now up by 2 possessions once more. White catching some heat from Kara Knight, and Landrum takes it away. Upton going right for the goal, and she's got it. Timeout called by St. Joseph's. They've got to regroup here. Landrum with 4 straight points in the span of maybe 20 seconds. Excellent performance from their defense so far. 3:03 to go in the first period. Back in a few moments as we restart play. St. Joseph's trying to find their footing when we return. right, so here we go. St. Joseph looking to find their footing here, and White really having to struggle just to get that one in. And they do manage to pull it off, and now hightailing it down the court is Meade. Flips it back to White, and now St. Joseph's going to take a few steps back, try to set something up. Meade looking, directing some traffic, gets it over to White, and kind of back where they were now. White looking to pass, gets it over to Tiffany Helmer, going inside, and got a foul called. I think this one's going to stay with the Lady Knights. And Savannah Brown called for the infraction on that one. 2:38 to go in the first. And Helmer checks that one in. Now Meade gets it back to Helmer, who can't shake Carter Newton. Ball is loose, but brought back in by the Lady Knights. The crowd wants traveling, and they're not going to get it. Instead, they get a three-pointer from Helmer, excuse me. Excellent shot there. And now Ellinger under some serious duress. No timeout called by Landrum, and oh, caught a lucky break there. St. Joseph's put it out of bounds. And now that Knight defense starting to back off. And Kara Knight going to go on another one of her leisurely strolls down the court. Flips it over to Ellinger. Going to go back to Knight. Oh, nope, going over to Newton. Risky pass. Newton brings it in, and now Knight gets it back to Ellinger. Under 2 to play in the first. Oh, all alone, Kara Knight. Perfect! Excellent shot there from the junior. And Jamison White having to do all she can, and I think we got a 3-second violation or something to that effect. Or no, it's 5 on the check-in. Excuse me, she didn't take that long. Not sure what that is, but Landrum's going to get it back. 1:46 on the clock in the first. Oh, nope, now they give it back to St. Joseph's. Still a 2-possession game. St. Joseph's can get back in this one and has shown the capacity to do so. They just need to find some consistency on offense. Oh, and that's going to be a foul against Kara Knight. A little too aggressive on defense there. White going to check this one in from half court. 99 seconds on the clock in the first. And here we go. White flips it over to Helmer. Over to Mulholland, gets it to Meade. Meade trying to set up Helmer on the outside, and then it's knocked out of bounds by Varay Upton, so St. Joseph's will hang on to it. And they flip it outside to Helmer. Not a lot of substitutions so far. In fact, I don't think St. Joseph's has subbed anybody in, which is interesting because, I mean, on their JV side of the ball, I think they only had 9 players. They're subbing them all in and out almost constantly. But so far, again, not a lot of substitutions for Landrum either. And got some more whistles. 1:03 to go in the first. Landrum has fouled St. Joe's 4 times. St. Joe's has fouled them twice. And now Mulholland navigating some traffic, gets it over to Elder. Elder can't sink that shot, and it's taken away by the Cardinals. Kara Knight flips it over to, that's Molly Ellinger, couldn't sink it, and now it's taken away by the Lady Knights. And Meade goes for 3, can't connect there, and Kara Knight, we're going to slow things down here. 35 seconds to go in the first period. Knight gets it to Ellinger, back to Knight, back to Ellinger, and back to Knight, back to Ellinger, and now Ellinger going for 3, maybe trying to catch him napping, and that shot off the mark. An impressive rebound by Upton, still up for grabs, and they're going to call that a jump ball, and it'll go to St. Joseph's. So 14.5 seconds to go in the first period. Looks like the Knights are going to have one last chance to take this down the court before the first buzzer. Points have been at a premium, which is interesting considering that both teams have performed quite efficiently from behind the arc. Just the opportunities to get shots in have been few and far between. Oh! But Ray Upton says no on that pass. And White able to check that one in. Emily Mead almost lost it, and I think Ellinger had it for a moment, but stepped out of bounds. So St. Joseph's will hang on to the ball. White looking to check this one in and finds Mead on the outside. Mead looking and gets fouled. No, they're going to call that a jump ball. Upton was going for it, and this one's going to Landrum. So now, with 5 seconds on the clock, the Lady Cardinals going to have a chance to do something. They got to check this in from pretty far on their own end of the court. And Kara Knight just going to have to sling this thing up. And Ellinger puts it up. Oh, she's got it! Oh, wait, they have not added the points on yet. She shot that before the buzzer, and there they are, but they're only going to call it a two-pointer. So at the end of the first, 14-6 in favor of the Lady Cardinals. St. Joseph's looking for answers on offense when we come back. All right, so we're ready for the start of the second. Landrum already back out onto the court, and I think we just missed it, but the crowd already into this one. Got a pretty nice turnout on the Landrum side. You can see them on the bottom left corner of the screen. And, okay, interesting choice, at least as I was picking up on it. Jamison White, when she's been checking this in, has looked to have been under a considerable amount of stress, just judging by her facial expressions and body language. She is on high alert, to say the least, when trying to get these things into play. They do stick with her on this possession, but it'll be interesting to see moving forward if they give that duty to someone else just to kind of let White wind down a little bit. And time continues to run off the clock. White has the ball now, slings it over to Mead, and it was a contested pass, and it's going to end in a push from Ray Upton. It's going to be Landrum's 5th foul against the Knights, and now Jamison White going to check this one in once more. Got the first substitution of the game for the Lady Knights. Number 4, Claire McKinley in the game now. Whoa, and a takeaway forced by Upton. Having to navigate some serious traffic, though, and we got a foul called. And it's going against McKinley, so Landrum will hang on. Landrum now moving with a ton of urgency on this possession. Trying to find something they like in that zone defense. So far, nothing doing. But this actually looks to be more of a man scheme. And oh, it would have been an amazing shot from Savannah Brown. Just tried to toss it over her back. Didn't have much of a chance. It was definitely close, though. Would have been quite something if she put that in. In the meantime, Emily Mead can't sink the long two. Kara Knight hightailing it down the court. Sends it up. Shot was missed, but she got fouled. And that first shot for Knight, no good. And now McKenna Harris entering the game in relief of Ray Upton. Yeah, Upton, usually when they sub out like that, they go straight to the water cooler. Instead, Upton just kind of sits down, which in that sense is kind of interesting that they took her out because she's been having quite a game. at least in my eyes, you never really want to take out the player that has the hot hand, and so far that has been, well, Molly Ellinger too, putting on a show on the offensive side of the ball. Ray Upton's been mostly defense, and now Ellinger looking to get something done. Kind of clears out a little bit and overshoots the long two. And then we got a foul called against Carter Newton. I didn't see much. I'll pull up my replay because this broadcast is actually 15 seconds behind what's happening in real time. Oh, yeah, that was a bad call. Newton had her hands up. I think she knew she was gonna run into somebody. Did the right thing, and they still call her for the push. Yeah, referee's gotta let them play us sometimes. And I think we got a jump ball, so it's going to Landrum. Nope, instead, and check that, it's gonna be a foul against Kara Knight. And that is Landrum's 7th, so St. Joseph's in the bonus now. Emily Mead at the line, got another substitution for St. Joseph's. Tiffany Helmer back in the game, or at least looking to come back in the game. Gonna wait on this first shot. It's up and no good, rebounded by Brown. And here go the Lady Cardinals. Knight, oh, yep, there she goes, taking a step back. Letting everybody get set up down the court, flips it over to Newton. Newton wanting to go inside. Just about every passing lane clogged up. Gonna have to go with a really risky pass to Harris. That one didn't have a chance. Flies right out of bounds, and Jamison White gonna have a chance to check this one in. 5:35 to go in the first half. Yeah, excuse me. And Carter Newton actually exits the game now. Got replaced by Anna Cooper. And that one up off the mark, rebounded by Cooper. And Knight going to take this one down the court, let that clock continue to roll. Flips it over to Harris, and now Harris is going to go over to Ellinger. St. Joseph's has done a really good job of keeping that inside plugged up. And that shot off the mark, but Savannah Brown rebounds it, can't connect the first time, rebounds her own shot, and then gets called, I think, for something. Looks like a foul going against the Lady Knights here. Ava Catherine Elder, the guilty party there, and now Molly Ellinger exiting the game in favor of Mulaney Hines. I honestly never saw Hines leave. I guess that must have been a substitution at the quarter break. And I think they were trying to set up Hines. Instead, they go inside for Savannah Brown, and Brown is able to put Landrum up by 10. White flips it over to Helmer, and now Helmer looking to set up McKinley. They're driving inside now for Elder, back to McKinley. McKinley wants it going right underneath the rim, and looks like Mulholland got fouled on that one. Doesn't really matter if it was a shooting foul or not. Mulholland indeed heading to the line. That makes 8 fouls on the half for Landrum. McKenna Harris, the guilty party there. Crowd trying to make some noise, but to no avail. First shot is good. St. Joseph's has it down to a three-possession game, excuse me. .438 on the clock in the second. Second shot is good. 8-point game. Harris checks it into Cooper, who gets it all the way to the other side of the court. Kara Knight going to take a few steps back, let everybody get set up. And now directing some traffic. Gets it over to Harris, but Harris not very open. Motioning Hines across. Hines trying to make her man miss, going inside to Brown. Brown sends it up, and now sinks the layup, and she's going to have a chance to get Landrum up by 11. Attempted a three-point play coming up. Brown can't connect there, but it's rebounded by McKenna Harris. Gets it over to Mulaney Hines. Hines in some trouble, finds Knight, and Knight's going to let everybody get in position. Flips it back to Harris, closing in on the 4-minute mark of the second period. Hines driving inside, sends it up. No, rebounded by Savannah Brown, and Brown can't sink it. And now Jamison White going to take this down the court for the Lady Knights. Helmer tried to send it inside to Elder. Instead, Savannah Brown gets a hold of it. Brown finds Knight. Knight sends it up, and oh, it rolls in. 20-8 in favor of the Lady Cardinals. Oh, and we got a whistle as White let go of that one. This is going to be called against Kara Knight. Didn't see anything there, but no protest from the crowd, so it must have been a good call on the ref's end. And now another rare, might I add, substitution for the Lady Knights here. Elena Mulholland exiting the game, replaced by Abby Seidel. 9 fouls on the half for Landrum. Given the way that defense is played, I would imagine that St. Joseph's is more than likely going to get into the double bonus, but so far, the fouls haven't hurt Landrum too badly because St. Joseph's has struggled from the free throw line. Around 3:10 to play in the second. Hines weighing her options, flips it over to Cooper from the free throw line, and Cooper had some pressure closing in from the side, couldn't connect on that one. Now White flips it for the three-pointer. That was Tiffany Helmer, and Helmer could not sink it. Instead, Molly Ellinger outrunning the camera and can't put that one in. Up for grabs and brought in by Jamison White, so right back down the court we go. White sends it up, can't go coast to coast on that one, and I think we got a foul. McKenna Harris had the rebound for a moment. And now Landrum in the bonus. That is the 7th foul on the game for the Lady Knights. So Harris at the line.
The line number 15, McKenna Harris for the Cardinals.
And that one is up and good. Make it 21-8. Landrum officially on top by 3 possessions now. Make it a 14-point lead. 22-8. Landrum's defense putting on a clinic so far. Jamison White going right inside to McKinley, who doubles it up, goes for Elder, and Elder able to sink that one. And whoa, outrunning the camera. They're setting up Savannah Brown, goes up, and she's got it. Both teams, again, I tell you, the score is deceiving given how fast both these sides have played. They have been shooting nonstop, firing on all cylinders, flying up and down the court. Just having some difficulty connecting, particularly for the Lady Knights. Fouls have been a big part of the equation as well. And now Harris gets it over to Hines, maybe trying to set somebody up on the edge. And now Ellinger airmails that one, rebounded by Cooper, but she got fouled, and they're going to say she pushed down Abby Seidel. So now Seidel headed to the line for the Lady Knights. Both teams deep into the bonus now. Actually, yeah, that puts St. Joseph's into the double bonus. Landrum's 10th foul of the half with 1:47 to go in the second. Shot is up and good. Back down to a 13-point lead for Landrum. This to bring it to 4 possessions. Got it. 24-12. Landrum having to jump through some hoops just to get it across half court. And now things starting to clear out. Mulaney Hines driving inside and gets fouled. And now Hines headed to the line. 1:37 on the clock, so the double bonus may become a factor for Landrum as well. That's 8 fouls against the Lady Knights. Even one shot gets us back out to a 5-possession game, and Hines has that first one, 25-12. Shot is up and good. Back out to a 14-point lead, 97 seconds on the clock. McKinley received the check-in, then gets it back to White. White goes right inside to McKinley, open, and it bounces off the rim. Not a bad shot at all, just couldn't connect. Now Hines looking to set something up. Drives inside and flips it over to Harris. Might have had something passed a little too far to the inside. Landrum going to try again. They get it to Ellinger, over to Harris now. Harris looking, finds Hines. Hines going to drive inside and has that shot blocked. And the height advantage coming into play for the first time really for St. Joseph's. Landrum has done a really good job of playing faster than the Lady Knights so far. It's not about size when you can just outrun your opponent. So far Landrum has done that in really every sense of the word. And not sure what happened there. It wasn't a foul because nobody went to the line. So, going right inside for Savannah Brown. Rebounds her own shot, sends it up, and now we've got a foul. So 49.9 seconds on the clock. Savannah Brown headed to the free throw line. 2 shots coming up. If she makes both of them, we've got a 6-possession game. Shot number 1 rolls out. Still looking to extend the lead out to 15 points. And that one is good. Make it 27-12, 49.9 seconds on the clock. And working inside is Elder. Oh, a shot blocked by Savannah Brown. What a play! And the crowd loves it. McKinley going to check this one in. St. Joseph's hoping for better luck on this possession. McKinley gets it to Helmer, who goes right for the three-pointer. Oh, what a shot! Now back to a 4-possession lead, and then knocked out of bounds by Jamison White. It'll stay with the Lady Cardinals. 26.5 seconds on the clock. McKenna Harris to check this one in. And they get it over to Savannah Brown. Brown flips it to, I believe that's Molly Ellinger, who falls to the floor after the fact. Brown rebounds a shot and puts it in. 29-14. St. Joseph's moving with some urgency right now. 20 seconds on the clock. Outside, going for another three-pointers. Helmer can't get this one. Tipped and brought back in by the Lady Cardinals. 13 seconds. No need to get in too big of a hurry here. And trying to set up for 3 was Ellinger. Instead works inside, gets the 2. And now just going to go for a half-court shot, or not even that much. St. Joseph's runs out of time and gets doubled in the first half, 31-15. Landrum up by 6 possessions headed into the locker room. The Lady Cardinals again. I'll look into this at halftime. I meant to do it last night and forgot, but judging by the email that Mike Gentry, the athletic director at Landrum, sent out on Sunday, even at 6-11, the Lady Cardinals still theoretically in the hunt for the playoffs. And I tell you what, judging by the way they've played the past 2 days, it doesn't surprise me at all. They are playing far, far better basketball than their record would imply. So, we'll be back in 10 minutes. At the break, Landrum up 31-15 over the St. Joseph's Lady Knights. Just a minute left to go in warm-ups. They're probably going to stop at a few seconds early here. Both teams headed back to the benches. Landrum coming off of an incredible first half performance, able to completely shut down that St. Joseph's offense. 31-15, the current score. The Lady Knights looking to find some way to rebound here in the second half. And here we go. St. Joseph's is going to start the third off with the ball. Tiffany Helmer flips it over to Emily Mead. And looking to go back to Helmer. There she is, flipping it outside. Now Jameson White has that shot partially blocked. It's rebounded by Elder and then gets it over to Mead. Mead cannot connect on the second attempt, though, and it's rebounded by Savannah Brown. And now Landrum going to make their way down the court. Got an open player. That's for Ray Upton. Can't put it in the first time, but Savannah Brown finishes the deal, and Landrum able to extend their lead right out of the gate. Only 30 seconds off the clock, and they're already up by 2 more points. Oh, and a nice takeaway! Molly Ellinger this time, sending it up. No! Brought back in by Ellinger, and now all alone for 3, and can't connect on that one either. Brought back in by Helmer, and now St. Joseph's making quick work getting down the court. Jameson White under some duress, backs away. Flips it outside to Helmer. Helmer gonna work back toward the middle of the court. Oh, another takeaway forced by Ellinger. Outrunning the camera. Oh, and she lost her handle on it. Ellinger puts it out of bounds by mistake. Maybe heard the footsteps coming in from behind. Turnovers, the story so far in these first 90 seconds. And Helmer sends it inside to White, but White wants out. Back to Helmer, almost taken away by Mulaney Hines. And now Helmer flips it over to Mead. Back to White, just trying to find some kind of matchup they like. Mulholland trying to get something going, flips it over to Helmer. Back to White. And they're going to go inside to Elder, and then Elder wanted back out, tried to get it to Mead, but that pass was tipped. They'll stay with the Lady Knights. And it looks like they might have had to go out in the hall to get that ball. White going to check this one in. Trying to set up a play inside, and I think they're going to call out a foul. Indeed they will. Elena Mulholland at the line now, looking for St. Joseph's first points of the half. First shot is up and good. Make it a 17-point lead. Second shot is up and off the rim, brought back in by Molly Ellinger. Headed down the sideline now and takes a step back. Gonna let everybody get set up. And now flips it over to Kara Knight. Trying to work, I think that was Ray Upton on the inside. Instead they go to Mulaney Hines, who tried to get it over to Brown, and that one was taken away by the Lady Knights. Landrum taking a few more risks on offense in this quarter, or in this period, excuse me, though not going quite as well for him. Savannah Brown getting called for a foul there. Catherine Ann Elder at the line now. (16:33) make it 17 for St. Joseph's. and it will stay at 17. Yes, rebounded by Savannah Brown, gets it to Ellinger, who is turning on the Jets, drives inside, and we'll see if that's a foul or traveling. And it's going against St. Joseph's. Emily Mead called for the push. Or check that, Tiffany Helmer, I think, got called for it. Regardless, Molly Ellinger at the line, looking to get some points back for Landrum. First shot, rolls out. Second shot, no good. Rebounded by Elder. She gets it over to Mead, and now St. Joseph's making quick work of getting down the court. 5.5 minutes to go in the third period. They flip it over to Jamison White, who drives inside, splits two defenders. Oh, what a great play. That was something else. Excellent speed between defenders. And St. Joseph's, under some duress, got a player without her shoe. There she comes. St. Joseph's is playing with 4 guys there for a second. Working it inside, no. And now they call a foul against the Lady Knights. Kara Knight headed to the line. First shot for Knight is good, 15-point game. Oh, and they gave Knight, I didn't even see that Knight made that 2-point shot earlier, so make it 36-19. Landrum back on top by 17. They've almost doubled St. Joseph's again. Oh, not for long. Nice shot there from Elder. St. Joseph's hits 20 with 4.5 minutes to play in the third. And they're going to send it inside to Brown. And goes for the hook shot and rolls in. Uh-oh, and take it away. Molly Ellinger hightailing it, sends it up, and she's got it. Landrum with 4 straight points, and they scored them in a heartbeat. And now, another takeaway! Are you kidding me? This one's for Ray Upton. Goes up and can't connect on that one. St. Joseph's dodges another bullet. Would have been an absolutely spectacular way to score 6 points, but instead it's going to stay at 4, at least for the time being, though St. Joseph's can't quite get it in. Third attempt, no, and this one rebounded by Savannah Brown, up for grabs, jump ball, and it's going to Landrum. Oh, no, I think, no. Oh, nice move by St. Joseph's. Called a timeout there so they wouldn't lose possession. Heads up play.
Coach's timeout called by the Knights. It'll be a 60-second timeout. Cheerleaders do a fine job this evening. And if you actually all you can to help us in fighting against COVID-19 by maintaining good social distancing, while wearing a mask and sitting in designated spots marked L on the bleachers and boxes 2, 3, or 4.
All right, so here we go. 3:38 left to go in the third, 11:38 to go in the game. Landrum up by 19 and with a chance to continue to stretch their lead. And Ray Upton goes inside, but Savannah Brown gets the rebound there, and Brown puts it in. And now Landrum has doubled St. Joseph's yet again, 42-21. this Cardinal defense doing an outstanding job. And that shot partially blocked and now heads out of bounds. They're going to call it St. Joseph's ball. And I got another one going into the hall, actually. See them come into frame here in a second. There they are. And Emily Mead going to try to work the inside. Little hook shot of her own. No. Brought back in by Jamison White. Gets it to Hemler. Hemler driving. Sends it up and gets fouled. And that one, yep, called against the Lady Cardinals. 2 shots coming up for Tiffany Hemler. Or Helmer, excuse me. First shot is good. Got another substitution for Landrum. Carter Newton back on the court in relief of Kara Knight, and Knight headed straight for that water cooler. She's had a busy evening so far. Second shot is no good, so the lead's going to stay at 20. 7-possession game. Laney Hines trying to box her a couple of players out, gets it to Brown, who sends it inside. Now Ellinger goes up, no. Rebounded by Emily Mead, who's catching some pressure from Upton from behind and did not feel it. Way to stand in there and deliver that shot. And Hines flips it outside to Upton. Upton gets it over to Brown. Brown looking and got a whistle. I think Landrum called a timeout. Indeed they did. Didn't really see what it was for, but I suppose we'll be back in about 30 seconds. Molly Ellinger going to check this one in. 2:21 on the clock in the third. Savannah Brown gets it over to Hines. Kind of a risky pass. Landrum moving backwards. Now gets it to Upton, trying to work Newton on the inside. Instead, they get it to Brown for 3. Oh, just off the back of the rim. And somehow rebounded by Carter Newton. I can't believe she came down with that. And now Molly Ellinger slips inside. No, but got a whistle. Not sure what this is for. And they're going to call that. There's only 1:11 on the court, and it's for Ray Upton. Though, I don't know, I think the ref signaled for the wrong number because Molly Ellinger headed to the line, so I guess that one was against the Lady Knights. 1:59 to go in the third now. Officially under 10 minutes left in the game. First shot. Oh! What a way to bounce it in. And second shot, no good. Brought in by Emily Mead. And now Mead headed down the court. And man, going all the way across the arc, looking for an opening. Hemler gets it back to Mead, who gets it over to White. Back to Hemler, who goes for a very contested 3 and almost got it. Brought back in by Mulaney Hines. And now everybody making their way back down the court. 80 seconds to go in the third period. And Landrum being told very, very directly to hang on to the ball, start running this clock out. And yeah, St. Joseph's not really too intent on trying to force any turnovers quite yet. Clock continues to roll. Carter Newton drives inside, sends it off the bottom of the backboard, and it's rebounded by Catherine Ava Elder. Gets it over to Meade, and Meade almost lost it. Instead flips it outside to Jamison White. White drives in and sends it out of bounds. It's going to be St. Joseph's ball. I think Ray Upton got a hand on it at the last second. And St. Joseph's trying to set something up. They go straight inside for Elder, and she can't connect. Rebounded it. Oh, I think it bounced. I think it hit on the red as it came down. Nope, foul called against number 21. Elena Mulholland of the Knights, the guilty party there. They'll remain with the Lady Cardinals. 37.2 seconds on the clock in the third. Savannah Brown, she's played inside for most of this game, just kind of taking her time now again. I think, and a nice heads-up play there, getting it over to Ellinger. Elder was determined to get that one out of Brown's hands. Oh, and Brown falls over. Just lost her balance on that one and somehow comes back down with it, only to lose the ball again. Somehow still has it, and the clock will actually stop with 0.8 of a second. And Savannah Brown is headed to the line. And no, they're not going to call that a shooting foul, actually. So Landrum was going to have one chance to get this in. Oh, and they left Ellinger alone, but she runs out of time. No, she's got it! What a play by Molly Ellinger. I think that's her second buzzer beater of the game. And the senior putting on a show in what could be her final game here in the cage. Again, you never do know with COVID. There have been a lot of cancellations. I think Landrum is still looking to make up a couple of games that did get postponed. So we will see. Wouldn't call it the final game, the final home game of the season quite yet. I know the boys, at least as of last week, had a rescheduled game against Greenville Homeschool on the 15th. That is this coming Monday. We're set to stream that one. Assuming it's still on, they've had to cancel a couple of games with Greenville so far this season. Hopefully that one stays scheduled, though. That will be both boys teams, JV and varsity, suiting up on that one. Oh, man, it looks, they at least haven't put the points on the board yet. Looks like Molly Ellinger's third quarter buzzer beater is not going to count. So keep it a 19-point game. I thought the ball left her hand before. Oh! I thought the ball left her hand before the time expired. And a takeaway answered by another takeaway. Emily Meade. Oh, what a sidestep, and then she overshoots it. And now Claire McKinley sends it inside and got a stoppage. Looks like we got an injured Cardinal down on the court. And Ellinger is up. That unfortunately might put an end to what has been an incredible night for her. Hate to see a game end like that, but if nothing else, going to get a well-deserved rest now. She's been in for most of this game. And at least on the replay, I watched it over a couple times, looked to be almost a non-contact injury. I think she was trying to She was running down court and then tried to set a block and just caught that left foot at a weird angle. Hopefully she'll be okay. In the meantime, oh wait, no, that wasn't Molly Ellinger. Molly Ellinger's still on the court, so I don't know. I'll have to get a number. I don't know who that was. And it was Varay Upton, actually. Check that. Yeah, Varay Upton was the one injured. Molly Ellinger still on the court. But again, it looks like Upton is going to be okay. I think she just kind of landed on that foot in an odd way. I'm sure there's a name for it, but you know how sometimes you'll get to walking too fast and you'll kind of walk down and step down on the side of your foot? I think that's what happened. And now that Landrum side running a foul. Let me cue this up on the replay. Again, there's a broadcast delay with YouTube. I'm actually 15 seconds ahead of you guys. Everything that's being broadcast live is actually happening, or actually what happened 15 seconds in the past, and we're still watching this one. Yeah, I think that could have gone either way. I would have liked to have seen the refs kind of just let him play on that one, but doesn't look to have affected the Cardinal. Oh, and now a traveling call going against Landrum. McKenna Harris in the game now. And she was trying to get over to Molly Ellinger and got the whistle blown on her. But yeah, that foul that the crowd got upset about, I mean, they could have called it. It wasn't anything. It wasn't a terrible call, but it's one of those deals where you would have liked to have seen the referees just let the kids play. It was kind of a, I don't know, just a toss-up really. And now we got another foul. This one going against Ava Catherine Elder. So Landrum will get it back. They'll check it in from around half court. 6:23 left to go in the game. Things starting to get dicey between these two division rivals. Oh, and speaking of divisions, I did look at the playoff picture for Landrum. I think they have been eliminated from contention now, at least as it stood earlier in the week. I think I knew going in that they weren't necessarily in control of their own destiny. They were going to need a few things to go their way. I think Blacksburg and Brazier both needed to lose a couple of games that they ended up winning. So Landrum eliminated from playoff contention. But I tell you what, judging by the way these girls have played, you would not at all guess that they are 6-11, and you would not at all guess that they're not playing for a playoff spot. They have been giving it 110% out here for the entire game, both JV and varsity. Excellent effort by the Lady Cardinals here. I cannot understate how impressed I've been by these teams, both ends. I mean, they have put on one heck of a show for the fans tonight, and even though it looks like St. Joseph's is going to come up short, credit to the Lady Knights for coming out here and really playing like their hair was on fire for all 32 minutes of this game. They checked it into Savannah Brown on the far end of the court. There she is, making her way into frame. Now McKenna Harris going to try to set something up, gets it over to Mulaney Hines, a little too tall, and up for grabs. Hines kind of falls on it, and I think they're going to call that a push against Emily Mead. And now, yep, that makes 7 fouls for St. Joseph, so Mulaney Hines headed to the line, 5:57 on the clock in the fourth. Hines going to have a chance to get back those points that were taken off the board after the referees called back Molly Ellinger's buzzer beater that ended the third period. And that shot, no good. And second one goes in. 44-26 your new score. 18-point lead for the Lady Cardinals. And actually it looks like that was a 3-point foul. So Hines going to get another shot. And that one just off the mark. And great play by Jamison White to make sure it doesn't go out of bounds. St. Joseph's making their way down the court now. And not slowing down, going right inside. Emily Mead sends it up off the mark and rebounded by Savannah Brown. Brown gets it to Ellinger. Ellinger is going to motion. That's Newton going across the formation and now taking a step back over to Ellinger again. Working inside is Savannah Brown all alone, and she's got the layup. 20-point lead for the Cardinals. And here we go again. Driving inside that was Tiffany Hemler, and she got kind of tangled up there with Hines at the tail end of that shot. That is going to be Landrum's 5th foul of the half. Helmer at the line, got a few substitutions at the ready. Looks like Kara Knight and can't quite get the number on that other player. Oh, it's Anna Cooper. And there they come, Knight and Cooper in the game, in for Harris and Newton. Peyton Hawkins, the only Cardinal to have not seen the court so far in this game. And that second shot is good. Oh, gave a point to the wrong team there. 46-27, leads down to 19 now. Hines gets it to Brown, who gets it to Knight, to Ellinger. Wanted to go to Brown. Now they're going to send it inside. What a risky pass, and Brown comes down with it. Another risky pass all the way back to Knight. So really where they were just a few moments ago. Knight drives inside and gets fouled. And they call that, I think, against Hemler. Helmer, yeah. And I'll tell you what, that looked almost like a Tom and Jerry cartoon. You know? And somebody would be hiding behind a wall and they'd stick their foot out just to try to trip the other person. Helmer did it with her arm. Kind of same effect there. Can't do that, so 2 shots coming up for Knight. That is the 8th foul going against the Knights. Double bonus might play a role moving forward in this one, and Brown rebounds that shot, can't connect on the first one, and then I think Anna Cooper, rebounded Brown's shot and got fouled as she was shooting it. So make it 9 fouls for the Lady Knights. And that one rolls out of the rim as well. Cooper off target on the second attempt. Rebounded by Mulholland. And now White just going to try to do it herself. Sends it up and she's got it. 46-29. 4.5 minutes to go in the game. And Anna Cooper sends it inside to Hines, and Hines has that shot blocked. Taken away by the Lady Knights. Helmer wants it all. Instead goes outside. Now back to Helmer for 3. Oh, she's got it! And I think we got a timeout called by St. Joseph's. Indeed we do. So don't look now, but St. Joseph's starting to get a little offensive momentum built up. 4:06 to go. It's a 14-point game. I don't know if St. Joseph's has 5 scores and 5 stops in them this late, but I'll tell you what, it would be one heck of a way to cap off the season as we close in on its final weeks.
Cardinal fans have a big round of applause for Cardinal cheerleaders. So the good news here for the Lady Cardinals is that despite giving up a
couple of points and some turnovers. They had that timeout to regroup, and they've got the ball. And I imagine at this point, they'd be in no hurry. They are kind of flipping it around and trying to set up Brown. She's driving inside and unable to connect and turned over. Taken back in by the Lady Knights. So I was about to say, kind of interesting that Landrum keeping the Jets turned on. All they've got to do at this point is get out of the game. And instead, I think we've got a Knight headed to the foul line. Indeed. Savannah Brown called for the infraction there. It's not a shooting foul, but St. Joseph's is going to hang on to the ball. Helmer to check this one in, gets it over to White. White trying to shake Hines, instead outsources to Helmer again. Landrum playing his own look, holding up quite well so far. And a risky pass inside. Got it off, but can't sink it. And now ball is loose, still loose. And I think we got yet another foul. We'll see who this one's against. 3:09 left to go. And this one goes against Landrum. So now St. Joseph's in the bonus. Elena Mulholland at the line. 46-32. It's going to be a 4-possession game regardless of what happens here. And that shot is no good. Rebounded by Savannah Brown, and now Landrum going to take it down the court. They get it over to Ellinger, and Ellinger at least is not looking to be in much of a hurry. She flips it over to Hines, over to Knight, to Ellinger. Going to set up Cooper. And Cooper has a lot of room, but backtracks now. Over to Knight. Looks like Landrum's kind of weighing their options at this point. Might have had Knight on the inside. Instead, Cooper hangs on to it, gets it over to Hines. Clock continues to roll, approaching 2.5 minutes now. Cooper going to get it to Knight, and Landrum in full clock burning mode now. And, yep, St. Joe's caught on. Homer had to foul him there. And Karen Knight going to head to the line. That makes, though, 10 fouls for St. Joseph's in this half. So Landrum in double bonus territory. At this point, all Landrum has to do is make the free throws, and they will be out of here with a win. Let's see if they can pull it off. And Tiffany Helmer has actually exited the game. First shot for Knight is good, 47-32. She makes one more, it's back out to a 6-possession game with 2.5 minutes to go. And she's got it, 48-32, your new score. And Emily Mead sends us one up, answers. But this clock going to play a major factor in this comeback attempt for St. Joseph's. Going to have to start fouling, but moreover, they'll have to start fouling the right people. Until then, hook shot from Savannah Brown notches 2 more onto Landrum's total. They've hit 50 now. 16-point lead. White sends it inside. Bad pass up for grabs. Hines has it. I think they're going to call it a jump ball, and it's going to Landrum. Another substitution at the ready for St. Joseph's. Emily Mead exiting the game, replaced by number 22, Emily Stewart. Under 2 to play in this one. Landrum up by 16. And Delaney Hines gets it over to Anna Cooper. Going right inside is Molly Ellinger and can't connect. Saw an opportunity and just had to take it. Could not capitalize on the open field and instead turns it over. And now sending it up is number 10. No number 10 listed on this roster, actually. And now we got a timeout taken by Landrum. 1:23 on the clock. Writing on the wall for the Lady Knights, unless they can really pull a rabbit out of the hat here. Landrum up 50-34 in the closing stages of the final period. McKenna Harris going to check this one in from half court. And Harris finds Ellinger all the way on the side of the screen, and Ellinger gets it to Cooper. I imagine at this point Landrum has no intention of shooting the ball. Or maybe not. Molly Ellinger gets inside. Oh! And Anna Cooper able to notch some more points. Hey, it's a rivalry game. Why not, you know? And going inside, now wanting back out is number 10, and it's taken away by the Lady Cardinals. Molly Ellinger with a little spin move, tries the hook shot, can't get it. And able to be brought back in by the Lady Knights for a moment. Then Mulaney Hines able to come up with it. Ball's still loose, and oh, they call Hines for traveling. Yeah, I saw that one coming. Hines is going to be tough pressed to get rid of it. And now going for the three-pointer off the mark. Stewart tries to send it up on the rebound. It bounces around, and it's brought back in by McKenna Harris. 25 seconds on the clock. Could be the last possession unless Molly Ellinger wants to make a statement. She does, goes up, can't get it. And it's up for grabs and brought back in by the Lady Knights. Number 10 making her way down the court. I tell you what, I don't know if that's legal, but I think that is Summer LaPresse, who played in the JV game just an hour or two ago. I don't know if you're allowed to do that, but good to see LaPresse getting some more playing time and making an impact here late. Lost the ball, and that will do it. No, oh. They're going to stop the clock with 0.2 of a second left. And Mulaney Hines holding her hand. It looks like she kind of came down on it at an awkward angle. Good to see she's up, but she's headed to the sideline. Interesting that they didn't let the clock run out. Instead, they're going to give number 10. Again, I believe that is LaPresse. They're going to give her a couple of foul shots. Carter Newton re-enters the game alongside Peyton Hawkins. And that shot is no good, and that will do it. And Landrum with the evening sweep of the St. Joseph's Lady Knights. JV and Varsity both able to come away with convincing victories. And the Lady Cardinals going to move to 7-11 on the year. And what could be their final home game of the season. They do have an away game scheduled against St. Joseph's later this week. But again, I would not count the Cardinals out quite yet, because there have been, especially within the past couple of weeks, there have been a lot of cancellations, a lot of postponements, and I imagine a lot of schools looking to make up one last game. So Landrum maybe has one more in the tank. But until then, signing off for Spartanburg School District 1 Athletics, I'm Luke Ruff. I'd like to thank all the men in charge. Dr. Ron Garner, the superintendent at Spartanburg 1, Jason McCraw at the district office, and Mike Gentry, the athletic director here at Landrum High School, for helping make all this possible on the technical side of things. Again, if you haven't already, make sure you go ahead and subscribe to the Landrum High School Athletics channel and turn on notifications. That way you'll be personally notified every time we set up a new stream and every time we go live on one of those streams. And definitely stay in touch with that and with Landrum's social media accounts, because again, this has been a weird year, already been a weird season, and I would not be surprised if Landrum's able to get one more game in. But until then, I believe our next confirmed event, unless Chapman schedules one later this week, Our next confirmed event is going to be Monday, February 15th. Landrum is going to take on Greenville Homeschool here in the cage on Monday at 6. It's going to be both boys teams, the boys JV team and the boys varsity team, playing against the Greenville Hurricanes. Until then, we'll see you next time. I'm Luke Ruff signing off.